I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. I want to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, from Apostle Tahar all the way down. And I want to say Shalom to all the Akim out there, and peace and mercy to the elect. Now, in this video, I'm going to go ahead and get into a word. I'm going to start doing these just a word a day, a couple words a week and stuff. This first word here is Ahmatz, or Ahmatz. Yeah, basically Ahmatz, and then you just, because it's connected, the A at the end is silent, so Ahmatz basically means courage, and it's H553. And here you see it in the Assyrian Hebrew. So Ahmatz. So Ahmatz. And what it stands for, it's a primitive root word. It means to be strong, alert, courageous, brave, stout, bold, solid, hard physically, on foot or mentally. Encourage, confirm, be courageous, of good courage, steadfastly minded, strong, stronger, establish, fortify, harden, increase, prevail, strengthen, make strong. So this word here, one example of its use is in Joshua 1:6. And I'm going to go ahead and read it from 1:5. This is this is Joshua 1:5. There shall not any man be able to stand before thee all the days of thy life. As I was with Moses, so I will be with thee. I will not fail thee, nor forsake thee. Be strong and of a good courage, for unto this people shalt thou divide for an inheritance the land which I swear unto their fathers to give them. Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law which Moses my servant commanded thee. Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest. So that's an example of using Ahmatz. So we could go ahead and take a look here. Courage. So it's Ahmatz.
Strong's H553. Ahmatz. Ahmatz.
So now, so to go off of this this chapter I read right here, what this chapter was going into was basically how the Lord, as long as we observe the laws of the book, He's going to be with us. Alright, and here's a precept that backs that up. This is the book of Judith 11-10. Therefore, O Lord the governor, respect not his words, but lay it up in thine heart. For it is true, for our nation shall not be punished, neither can sword prevail against them, except they sin against their God. So that right there was Judith basically lying to Heliophanes and explaining to him how us Israelites are destroyed, right? If we go off and basically sin against our God, right, by not doing the law, then we could be destroyed as a nation, right? You know, she's telling Heliophanes the truth here, but she's lying to him and to gain his his trust, so that way she could behead him later. The Book of Judith is a really good book if you haven't read it. It's found in the Apocrypha. And this is Judith. She was a northern kingdom, and I believe she was from the tribe of Naphtali. So that would make her modern day Argentinian. So now she ultimately goes and she slays this heathen that came up against us before we got taken away. Now, but again, the point here is that she explains how we are destroyed as a people by basically sinning. Now, that right there backs up what Joshua told us, or the Lord told us through Joshua. You know, that is if we keep the law of His word, He'll be with us, right? He won't forsake us, and He won't fail us. But the problem is, right now, we're all going off, and these heathens, the ones at the very top, the 1%, that program our nation's music, our food, putting pork in everything, making sure that pretty much everything on the breakfast menu has ham, pork, so you could break your fast or breakfast. You could break your nightly fast by eating swine and going off, right? So there's tons of ways that we get trapped up here, which is why we tend to have bad luck, right? Because we're going off, and that bad luck isn't us having bad luck. It's us basically being destroyed, because the Lord, once we sin, He takes His hedge away from us. So all these other demons out there, or basically all these curses of this world, that get to us. Now, if you weren't sinning, if we were actually following the book of the law, you'd find that you'd have things turn around. You start having less issues. But ultimately, that's something for you to have faith in and to try out. It definitely happens to me. So now, another thing that this precept went into was how he would give us the inheritance of the land which he swore unto our fathers, right? And the fathers he's talking about are the 12 patriot, the 12 sons of Jacob, or Israel, our forefathers, right? So, for example, I'm from the tribe of Issachar. So Issachar, and it tells you here in Genesis 19:17 through 23 that this was what he received. And again, it goes for all the tribes from Manasseh, Judah, Gad, Simeon, Naphtali, Reuben, Ephraim. Now Dan got amalgamated into the other tribes, so I'm sure his inheritance also probably went to the others. Benjamin, Zebulun, Asher. And Levi doesn't get a portion of land because he gets to administer onto the priest, or onto the Most High as the priest. So now everybody was supposed to basically give him tithes and everything, so that way he could do all the sacrificing for the other nations. Now when we rule with Yahweh Shai, when he comes back the second time, we're all going to be priests, all the 12 tribes. So back in the old days, this is how the nation of Israel was laid out. This was our inheritance, the inheritance that was given unto our fathers, and that's the inheritance, how it was distributed. You'll see Manasseh here, along with Judah. They have about the same size. Well, Manasseh got more, 3,000, 1,500, but it just shows you where it's laid out, and where we all got the our inheritance. Now, this is what the Lord is saying, is that is that if we keep these laws, you're ultimately going to get this again, right? You're going to get what was promised to our forefathers. But you have to know the law to keep it. So hopefully this video was edifying, and you can remember the word Ahmatz, courage. Remember those examples. Hopefully it was helpful. So, Shalom.